is House Bill 1095, the Department of Revenue authorized to compromise and settle certain tax liabilities. That has been passed by the Finance Committee and moved to us, and the Chair of Finance is here, Senator Harkins, and I'm going to let him explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, this bill will allow the Department of Revenue to settle tax liens that have been filed. Currently, when a tax lien is filed against an individual, they can appeal it through the Board of Tax Appeals, but once they have rendered a decision, they don't have the authority to go in and settle the case until they go to court. So there's a period of time before and after that the Department of Revenue can settle a case with a person who has a lien filed against them, but there's a segment of time between the Board of Tax Appeals files their decision and when they go to court is the only next remedy. And so it just basically lets them be able to work with them to settle a lien that's in place right now. So that's kind of an explanation of the bill. It just kind of gives them it's a donut hole effect, I guess, in what we're talking about. And this just lets them be able to work continuously through the process to be able to settle a lien.
You heard the explanation. Any questions? If not, do I have a motion?
Sufficient do pass.
Motion is title sufficient to pass. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you, Senator. Next on the agenda is House Bill number 1197, Dual Phase Design Bill, Method of Construction Contracting, revise certain provisions thereof. And to explain it to us is Scott Alsobrook of the Community College system, and he will explain the bill to us.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, I'm Scott Alsobrooks. Hello, old friends. Good to see some of the committee members here. I'm the president of East Mississippi Community College. This bill was put together to help the community colleges to do small projects with the existing bond funds that are allocated to the colleges, typically, not every year, but quite often through the state legislature to do capital projects. Now, typically what happens with these capital projects, we'll save some money up and build big dorms or big classroom buildings. But what we're asking for in this modification to the policy, and it's already approved in certain instances through the Department of Finance and Administration's Bureau of Buildings, is to do design build projects on things like duplexes and triplexes for student housing. There's a need for housing that's not, high density housing is appropriate in many cases, big dorms, but on a college campus, like I'll use mine as an example in Scooba, Mississippi, which was once an agricultural high school, we got a lot of land, so we don't necessarily need to build big, elaborate, high-density buildings. What would be more appropriate for us and a better use of our land and keep our costs down and save the taxpayer dollars would be to build like a duplex and triplex buildings. It will also help our maintenance department. We build big buildings, we get invested in big boilers and chillers, and it's hard to get commercial maintenance folks to come to Scooba, Mississippi at a reasonable price to fix boilers and chillers. So we can build residential style housing with residential grade utilities that's much easier on our maintenance department, and we can do it at a lower cost than what we do large buildings. So we're just asking for a little policy change and a little bit of freedom. Some, like I said before, some of these projects on a project by project basis are approved through the DFA. We're just asking for that same liberty with some of our bond money, not new money with existing money.
You've heard the explanation of the bill. Does anyone have any questions? If not, do I have a motion? Motion is title sufficient to pass. All those in favor say aye. As amended. Say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
We may have one more meeting after the 4:30 general session, so I will keep you advised to make an announcement there. Do I have another motion? Rise and report. Let's do. All right.